So when we talk about data erasure, we have to realise that there's different storage technologies out there which we need to erase. So could you just touch upon a few of those different
Yes.
technologies?
So this is a very important question. So one of the things that you will come across is that every customer today will have both magnetic storage, i.e. the normal spinning hard drives where you store data on the disks inside the drive, or they will have flash-based storage, which is the SSD drives. So what you need to understand and remember is that Blancco have full support, approvals and certifications, even patents for both of these storage technologies. So we can erase a normal magnetic hard drive as efficiently and securely as we can erase an SSD hard drive.
And what's the difficulties with erasing SSDs? Are there any?
Yes, so it took many years for us to be able to launch a solution in the market, because you have multiple manufacturers, you have different protocols, you have different implementations, and to be able to create a fully secure process to erase an SSD, you need to work with a combination of normal overwriting, same thing as we do on magnetic storage. You also have to be able to tell the SSD drive to unlock, release any freeze lock is the technical term. And then once you have full access to the entire drive, you need to be able to issue firmware commands. That means you're telling the drive to reset itself, but you need to be sure that that has happened. So when we describe the Blancco process, and this can be done during an hour of very deep technical conversations or in these very simple steps. So the last step is actually a verification where we check the drive to make sure that the operation has gone exactly as it was meant to be.
Mm-hmm. And that's where the certification process comes in, I guess, or the
Absolutely.
The tamper-proof reporting that Blancco
Yes.
provides.
So it doesn't matter if you have erased a magnetic drive or an SSD, you will get the same tamper-proof erasure certificate as your audit trail, and that also has the drive serial number and everything that is important for you to know. And have you actually ever seen a degausser, Sarah?
I haven't. I have in pictures, but not in person.
So many of you might have seen degaussers and even used them. So one thing that we need to realize is that the most common competitor towards Blancco is physical destruction. And physical destruction today is mainly focused around the process from magnetic drives, which means you are using degaussing to destroy the drive, because a degausser is basically a huge magnet, and you're sending a magnetic pulse through the drive, which eliminates all the magnetic storage. But if you take your existing process that has been formed for magnetic storage and you put an SSD inside of a degausser, that SSD won't have any effects whatsoever from the degaussing. So there's a lot of companies and customers out there that really need to redesign their processes. So SSD storage, the ability to erase them is a hot topic and something that most often will get you a good conversation and an opportunity identified.
Great. And at Blancco we have a lot of materials built out around SSD erasure, around our patents, so we can definitely provide our resellers with those materials to start selling SSD erasure.
Yes, and you will get a lot of questions around this, because there has been historically a lot of insecurity, so using this documentation and material is extremely beneficial for you.
Brilliant. Thanks, Fred.
Thank you.